The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
A smooth ride and safe handling start with a strong suspension. At Commercial Tire Center in Salina, our team provides expert suspension maintenance and repair for both automotive and diesel vehicles. From shocks, struts, and steering to full mechanical service, our certified technicians help extend tire life and keep your vehicle road ready. Whether it's your everyday car or a hardworking diesel truck, count on Commercial Tire
When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports
Tire
Medicine
Center to keep you moving.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway. Phone calls welcome.
At AJ Honey Farms, the honey is just the beginning. From raw honey and wax melts to happy bee balm and beekeeping gear, they've got everything buzzing with local flavor. Whether you're soothing a sore throat, starting your own hive, or gifting something sweet to a loved one, AJ Honey Farms brings the bees and the kind of sweetness only they can bottle.
This is Alan from AJ Honey Farms right here at 901 North 9th Street in Salina, Kansas. We truly appreciate your continued support and thank you for choosing local.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now, he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? Memorial Health System in Abilene is hiring full-time registered nurses for their hospital emergency department, and they've got the perks to match. Sign-on bonuses, shift and weekend differentials, a child care stipend, and tuition reimbursement to keep you moving forward. Bring your skills where they'll make the biggest impact, right here in Abilene. Apply today at srhc.com. That's srhc.com to apply for this opening at Memorial Health System in Abilene, taking care of you so you can take care of others.
At Vernon Jewelers, we believe jewelry is more than just an accessory. It's an expression of who you are. It's also a piece of your life that can be passed down through the generations. That's why our expert team is here to listen, understand, and help you find that piece that speaks to your story. We're not just your local jeweler. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in celebrating life's precious moments. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. In our 141st year, we are not old. We're just really good at what we do.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie, where we can get you a flush in a rush. How can we help you flush today?
Oh, it smells like something died out by my septic tank. It's bad.
Oh no, I know that smell you're talking about. Cole!
I smelt it from here.
Flush! The freakishly fast frog!
I'll follow the funk. It's not a dead animal, sir. It's your septic tank venting gases. Oof. She's full, real full.
That's the smell.
I've got to get back and tell Callie. Callie, he needs a pump out, quick.
Already got a pump truck rolling.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
We guarantee to inspect your septic issues within 24 hours.
Or you get a free septic tank pump out worth $399.
Lily Pad Septic.com.
We'll be there in a splash.
Callie, quick, kiss me. That stink stuck to my skin.
I don't know if I can.
Oh, good. I can smell other things again.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
A smooth ride and safe handling start with a strong suspension. At Commercial Tire Center in Salina, our team provides expert suspension maintenance and repair for both automotive and diesel vehicles. From shocks, struts, and steering to full mechanical service, our certified technicians help extend tire life and keep your vehicle road ready. Whether it's your everyday car or a hardworking diesel truck, count on Commercial Tire Center to keep you moving.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway. Phone calls welcome.
At AJ Honey Farms, the honey is just the beginning. From raw honey and wax melts to happy bee balm and beekeeping gear, they've got everything buzzing with local flavor. Whether you're soothing a sore throat, starting your own hive, or gifting something sweet to a loved one, AJ Honey Farms brings the bees and the kind of sweetness only they can bottle.
This is Alan from AJ Honey Farms right here at 901 North 9th Street in Salina, Kansas. We truly appreciate your continued support and thank you for choosing local.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now, he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South.
Welcome back in for the second time today here on the Salina Post Sports Network to Burlington High School. This time, southeast of Saline will see the host team in the Burlington Wildcats as they try to make their way to the 3A state tournament, most likely probably in Manhattan coming up next week. Southeast of Saline got here via a 2-1 victory over Chaparral in the semifinal game. On one side of the bracket, on the other side of the bracket, Burlington fought off a pesky Haven squad 6-3 as they were able to win their game in the Battle of the Wildcats. That sets us up now for our regional championship game. My name is Devin Haney along with Kevin Lilly, Brian Dennett on live stream video. Tonight we will bring you this regional championship. It's also presented by Everhart Precision Ag, also Lily Pad Septic Service and Portable Restrooms, and Legacy Roofing Company in Salina. Burlington comes in. They are the 2 seed in the bracket. Southeast of Salina is the 3 seed. Southeast comes in. They are 21-3. Burlington 22-2. 2 sterling records doing battle as Tyson Keller steps in. He will get things started off here for Southeast of Saline in the visitors' half of the first inning. Glad you could join us here on the Salina Post Sports Network. The first pitch, and we are underway. Keller showing bunt, and that pitch to the outside, and then we'll start out with a 1-0 count. Kevin, regional championship game here, a chance to go to state for both of these squads.
Yeah, and for Southeast, you know, they just got to continue to do the little things. They try to manufacture run stealing and things like that. I think it's going to be really crucial. We missed a couple opportunities in that first game, and it didn't come back to, you know, to haunt us. we still were able to get a victory. I think now, though, in this game, playing, the 2 seed, we're going to have to do everything right here.
Keller with a bullet up center field, went right by the pitcher, Brody Garland, and Tyson Keller, the leadoff hitter in this game, is on base as he was able to lace a frozen rope right up the center of the field, went by the pitcher Garland, and Keller is on for the first hit of the game in the first try.
And where we benefit now is now we're able to use our speed, right? They do have a lefty on the mound, so it kind of keeps our leads just a little bit shorter, but it's kind of one of those one-way leads. You go. If he lifts his leg up, you go.
Hunter Cole is the catcher for the Wildcats as Tiernan Potacek steps in. Pretty decent lead. Over at first base for Tyson Keller. He gets back, though, on time. 1-0 count here to Tiernan Potacek. Garland, as you said, Kevin, a lefty, comes back to Potacek, a fellow lefty. Potacek pitched the first game of the day for Southeast of Saline. In a gym it was, only allowing 1 run. He went the distance for Southeast of Saline. That provides some flexibility now for the Trojans here in this game with their pitching staff.
Well, everybody's available. Tiernan is the only one that's not, and everybody else is there and can be used.
Potacek looking at a 1-1 count. Runner on first. He swings and he misses. 1-2 now will be the count. Kason Bertrand, who was absolutely fabulous at the plate in the first game of the day, standing on deck for the Trojans.
And I could be wrong, but I think that ball hit by Tyson was the hardest ball we've seen hit on our side all day.
And it sounded like
it.
Here's a breaking pitch. Potacek takes a swing at it. He's going to strike out. First out of the game belongs to Tiernan Potacek. Kason Bertrand will come up. Bertrand was really good in the first game of the day. He reached base every single time he was up. He will stand in there now with a runner on first, 1 out for Southeast of Saline. As we are just underway, top of the first here at Burlington High School. What a great facility. Softball, baseball, track and field, football. They got all the stuff.
Yep, they got everything. And all new turf.
Completely turf field. If you missed the first game, it is all the way around inside the fences, completely artificial surface. No grass or dirt on this playing surface here at Burlington High. Here's a throw to first. Keller gets back in time as they are super concerned about Tyson Keller here early on in this game. Keller leads off again, 1-1 count to Bertrand at the plate with 1 out. Bertrand takes a cut. It's going to be fouled straight back to the right. He will regroup with a 1-2 count against him. This Burlington team comes in, not only do they just have 2 losses on the season, they are ranked 7th by the Kansas Baseball Coaches Association. 1-2 pitch, a little late sling there by Kason Bertrand, and a couple of strikeouts here for Brody Garland and the Burlington Wildcats. So Keller still on first now, 2 outs, and stepping to the plate for Southeast of Salinas, Noah Rupert. Runner goes. Keller looking to steal a bag here. Gets down, and he will be successful. Stolen base for Tyson Keller as he moves his way into scoring position with 2 outs. That first pitch in there to Rupert was a strike. He's down in the count now, 0-1. You can hear the wind in our microphones. More than likely, it is blowing about 15 miles an hour. It's been that way all day. It's been just a cloudy, misty, sometimes light rain type of day here at Burlington. Keller's going to come off now for a courtesy runner. Christian Peterson comes into the game for Southeast of Saline. Keller more than likely going to the dugout to put his gear on. Here's a wicked cut. That's going to be up in the air. And it's going to be a nice catch in right field for Burlington. So the Wildcats get out of the inning, even though Southeast of Saline had a runner in scoring position. To the bottom of the first we go. Southeast of Saline baseball brought to you here, live stream video, courtesy of Legacy Roofing in Salina.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting Southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit Everhart Precision EverHeartPrecision.com. Precision Ag are your experts.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie, where we can get you a flush in a rush. How can we help you flush today?
Oh, it smells like something died out by my septic tank. It's bad.
Oh no, I know that smell you're talking about. Cole!
I smelt it from here.
Flush! The freakishly fast frog!
I'll follow the funk. It's not a dead animal, sir. It's your septic tank venting gases. Oof, she's full. Real full.
That's the smell.
I've got to get back and tell Callie. Callie, he needs a pump out, quick.
Already got a pump truck rolling.
If you need a flush and a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
We guarantee to inspect your septic issues within 24 hours.
Or you get a free septic tank pump out worth $399.
Lily Pad Septic.
We'll be there in a splash.
Callie, quick, kiss me. That stink stuck to my skin.
I don't know if I can.
Oh, good. I can smell other things again.
Southeast of Saline Baseball on Salina Post Sports, brought to you by Lily Pad Septic Service and Portable Restrooms. Cole and Callie love supporting student athletes in the area, especially the ones playing today here for Southeast of Saline as they try to qualify for a state baseball tournament. Burlington Wildcats, boy, they got a lot of juice in their lineup. We saw that in the first game of the day. They will be going against Kason Bertrand, a sophomore for Southeast of Saline. Comes into this game, he is 3-0 on the season, and he has an ERA of 2.5. 10 walks on the season, 38 strikeouts for Kason Bertrand, and this young arm is fun to watch for Southeast of Saline.
And he has been really good. Probably his last 3 outings, he has been really, really good.
First 2 pitches in there to Mason Collins are balls. Collins ahead in the count, 2-0. Third pitch strike, low in the zone. Collins took it, now 2-1 is our count. There's a hard hit ball right to the second baseman. It's going to be Jackson Tanner putting it away for Southeast of Saline. Boy, this infield for Southeast had a really good defensive first game of the day, and they continue it there on the first batter for Burlington, as now the Wildcats will welcome Colton Robinson up to the plate.
And that's a tough play for the second baseman. That ball is tailing away from him, so it's leaving and he's chasing it. I mean, he made it look a lot easier than what it is with that ball tailing away and having to go down to your shoestrings to get it.
You could see just from our angle here behind home plate, Kev, that ball just kind of had a big curve to it, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
A lot of curvature there, and Jackson Tanner was able to stick right with it. He could have been fooled by that one easily, but Tanner able to put it away. Here's another hard hit ball down the first base line. It's going to be a solo job over there by Noah Rupert, who takes the ground ball and puts away Robinson.
And that's the thing with Noah Rupert. He's one of those kids that can play at a lot of different positions. He played the first game in left field, right? He can also go behind the dish. He plays a little bit of first base and a little bit of right field, so he can kind of go all over and play a multitude of positions, and he even throws.
Now the pitcher, Brody Garland, up to bat here for the Wildcats. Up there with nobody on and 2 outs here. Quick, so far, 2/3 of an inning for Kason Bertrand in Southeast of Saline. Keller, the backstop, he's catching his second game today. So we'll go around the outfield. Left field's Potachik, center is Gebhardt. Leighton Nooch is in right field for Southeast of Saline. Here's a little bit of a sidearm delivery there by Bertrand. That one fooled Garland a little bit. It took a mean strike at it and fouled it off. Now 2-1 is the count.
Isn't that a great baseball name, Nooch?
It really is.
I mean, that's probably one of the best ones I've heard in a long time.
He scored the go-ahead run. That ended up being the game-winning run for Southeast of Saline after he reached in the bottom of the 6th on a walk, ended up stealing second, stole third, and then came home on a throwing error with 2 outs. That was the game winner for Southeast in that first game of the day, and Bertrand's going to lose Brody Garland here, who will walk, and he will trot down to first base. That'll bring up for the Wildcats Maddox Cheever, one of the 6 seniors on this team. Cheever stands in there, 2 outs. Brody Garland on first. This is an active team on the base pads. At least we saw that against Haven in the first meeting of the day. Bertrand comes to the belt. Now he comes to the plate. First pitch is a swinging strike. A little bit of a foul ball there. And it ends up with an 0-1 count to start here. Your infield for Southeast of Saline, Casson Clover still holding down third. Jackson Tanner, we talked about him at second. Noah Rupert at first. Burton Brooks gets the call now at shortstop with Case and Bertrand on the mound. Here's a ball to the outside. Could have been a dangerous pitch there for southeast of Saline, but Keller doing his job. There's not been a single ball get by Keller today.
No, and I mean, his reaction is so phenomenal, and he does it right every time. You know, he breaks down, gets to his knees, and left or right, it doesn't matter. He's a wall.
Token throw over to first by Bertrand there. Back in time was Garland. Now a courtesy runner will come in for Burlington. Landon Bober will come in for Burlington. Bertrand with a 1-1 pitch. Must have been low. Umpire did not like that one. It's going to go to a 2-1 count. Bertrand right across the belt. Keller will throw down to first, and that ball again missing the zone. Runs the count to 3-1.
And the thing is, we talked about pitch count in that first game. You know, we could have been out of this with him throwing about 10 pitches.
3-1 count, 2 outs, a runner on first. Bertrand back to Keller, and that's going to be a ball, the second walk of the inning. So the courtesy runner will go to second. And they will throw another courtesy runner in there, Oliver Hazen on first base.
And this is where, if you're casing on the mound, you got to buckle down here and you got to throw strikes and let your defense work.
Maddox Cheever up to bat. The last one, by the way, Hunter Cole, who got the courtesy runner. Cole, the catcher. So Cheever up there. 0-1 count, 2 outs, 2 on. Watches one outside. That'll go 1-1. Bertrand looking at the runner, leading off a second. Seems like last half dozen pitches here by Case and Bertrand have missed outside.
Yep.
Right now, Burlington up there just taking pitches.
Yeah, he just got to make an adjustment right where he's standing. Maybe move over to the left just a little bit.
Bertrand this time comes inside. Across the ankles. Count moves to 2-1. Excuse me, 3-1. Working against another senior in this Burlington team, Maddox Cheever. High pitch, and he's going to lose him. Bases loaded with walks. Now for Burlington. So a couple courtesy runners up there. Going to third, going to second. Cheever's going to take first. And coming up to bat for Burlington is going to be Alex Motz. This is a Burlington team. It's kind of in that part of the state where in central Kansas we don't hear a lot about them, but they did make some noise during the basketball season this year in Class 3A as they went all the way through to the state title game in Class 3A on the boys' side and ended up losing the championship game. They walked away from the tournament with a second-place finish after they lost to Wichita Collegiate. So that's nothing to hang your head about for these Wildcats during the winter season during basketball. Trying to get to the state tournament here in 3A baseball. Both these teams with the opportunity to do so. Walking away here with a win for the third game of the day. Bertrand gets a strike on the outside corner. Nice pitch there by Case and Bertrand. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. High upstairs, across the bill of the cap. That'll even the count at 1-1. Trans 1-1 inside. Keller throwing down to third. Closer play than what I think Burlington would have been comfortable with, but the runner ended up getting back there, diving in. Belt first was Landon Bober.
Yeah, you get picked off there, and that third base coach is not going to be happy.
1-2 pitch. There's a hack at it. It's going to roll foul down the third base line. So Mounts and Bertrand will sort it out again with a 1-2 count. Bases loaded with Wildcats. 2 outs here. Bottom of the first. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Bertrand. Little check swing and got him looking. Southeast of Saline. Kason Bertrand gets out of the inning with Alex Motts looking, and that will end the threat for Burlington in the bottom of the first. To the second inning we go. Southeast 0, Burlington 0. Back with more Trojan baseball. It's presented by Legacy Roofing in Salina.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
A smooth ride and safe handling start with a strong suspension. At Commercial Tire Center in Salina, our team provides expert suspension maintenance and repair for both automotive and diesel vehicles. From shocks, struts, and steering to full mechanical service, our certified technicians help extend tire life and keep your vehicle road ready. Whether it's your everyday car or a hardworking diesel truck, count on Commercial Tire Center to keep you moving.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Southeast of Saline Trojan baseball here in the regional championship, brought to you by Scientific Engineering Incorporated. Machine shop in Salina produces machine parts, small, large, all kinds of sizes. Kevin Peterson, Scientific Engineering Incorporated, along with Lily Pad Septic Service and Portable Restrooms. Couple pitches to Grady Gebhardt, both for balls. As Grady steps out of the box, looks down at head coach Chance Potacek. Grady, the lone senior on the Southeast of Saline team. And it just seemed in the first game, Chaparral did not want to pitch to him.
Yeah.
They hit him, they put him on with a walk. They just didn't want to deal with Grady Gebhardt in that first game of the day.
Yeah, I mean, he's the one that if he has the opportunity, he could break this game wide open. And so they said, nope, we'll take our chances with the guy behind him.
Grady with a swing there. Might have gotten a piece of it, but the ball still landed with the catcher, and it'll even the count at 2-2. Leadoff batter here for the second inning for Southeast of Saline. Gebhardt watches it outside, knew he got fooled on that one, and he's going to go down looking. Third strikeout of the day so far for Brody Garland.
And that's a tough one because as a lefty throws that breaking ball, it looks like it's so far outside, and then it just dives in, and you know it's just too late.
Bring up Caden Peterson as he steps to the plate. First pitch swinging. He falls behind the count, 0-1. Caden Peterson was up to the plate 3 times in that first game. Once with the bases loaded, the second time with the bases loaded, the third time with 2 runners on, and in all those situations, there were 2 outs. It was an adventurous day for him offensively. He's going to pop this one up to the pitcher, Garland, who puts it away for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Leighton Noosh. We talked about him in the pregame. He was able to get on with a walk in the bottom of the 6th. Was able to steal second, stole third, and then came home after Tyson Keller hit a hard hit ball and had a play at first base that Chaparral could not complete. Ended up dropping the ball and having a fielding error, and that brought Leighton Noosh across the home plate for the go-ahead and eventually game-winning run. Mean slice there. That'll even the count at 1-1 with 2 outs and nobody on.
And he's another one of those young kids doing a lot of good things. He's just young right now and just trying to figure out, his way through this varsity season.
Another swing and a miss there as Garland right now dealing for Burlington. That one's going to be fouled back to the right-hand side. Statistically, in a breakdown on Burlington, we don't know much. We requested season stats before these 3 games this week, and then, of course, the quick turnaround today. Just didn't get any information on them. Tried, but I've been told by some of the guys around the park here that Garland is their #1 pitcher. So they did the risk-reward thing. I'm not starting him in the first game and saving him here, and he's going to sit down Leighton Nooch. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, it's the bottom of the 2nd. The Wildcats from Burlington have their chance after this. Southeast of Saline baseball on the Salina Post Sports Network.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway. Phone calls.
Regional baseball featuring the Southeast of Saline Trojans, brought to you today by Ryan Roofing and Bryson Flax, also Phillips Seed Farms, Salina Regional Health Center, Kansas Bankers Technologies, and Technical Consulting. They are helping us get connected to you so you can watch Southeast of Saline baseball from Burlington today. Kansas Bankers Technologies and Technical Consulting. Scoreless so far as we go to the bottom of the second. Due up here in the bottom of the inning for the Wildcats will be sophomore Case Burke.
And that first inning for Burlington, they potentially could look back. I mean, Kaysen gave him 3 free passes, and they didn't get any runs out of it.
Ground out to Brooks at short, and he'll put it away. Over to first on the fire, Noah Rupert got the out there. So 1 away, leadoff hitter, 1 pitch for Southeast of Saline defensively. That'll bring up junior Aiden Winters for the Wildcats. So we go through the bottom of the order for Burlington. Bertrand's first pitch scrapes the outside, and it's going to be in for a strike.
And you can see Bertrand's got his rhythm going on right now, right? He's moving pretty quick, and everything's working for him.
There's a liner down the third base line, running scoop and a throw over to first. It's going to be wild. That will give Winters a chance to go to second. And Burlington, with 1 out, has a runner now in scoring position. Just kind of a wild throw that time. The charge was good, the scoop was good, but Cass and Clover just could not connect with Rupert over there at first base. And that'll put the runner in scoring position on a single. And then an advance on an error. Braisden Spring, a freshman, up for Burlington. Watch his first pitch in low for a ball.
We did that in the first game. We were all right, right?
Yep. Second pitch strike. Thrown there by Case and Bertrand. 1-1 count with 1 out. Runner on second. There's a pop-up, middle of the field. Southeast communicating with it. And it's going to be put away by second baseman Jackson Tanner. Good job there by Tanner. He had some backup floating all around him. Gebhardt came in from center. Also, Leighton Noosh came in from right field. And it was Tanner that was able to put it away. Now 2 outs for Burlington as we go back to the top of the order for the Wildcats. Mason Collins back at the plate.
And right here, just a little base hit or a little ground ball somewhere and get out of it, and then that play means absolutely nothing. And we just, we forget about it and move on.
First pitch ball to the leadoff hitter, Collins. He lined out to second base his first time up. – 1-0 pitch. Big cut and a strike there. Couldn't make contact. Collins now looking at a 1-1 count.
It's one of those swings, if he makes contact, it's going to go far. I don't know where it's going to go, but it's just going to go far.
It's going there. Takes another cut there. This is going to be another hard hit ball over to third, and they get it right this time. A Southeast of Saline. Clover over to Rupert, puts it away. And Southeast of Saline, again with a runner in scoring position, will end the inning. To the top of the third we go. We are scoreless, 0-0 Southeast of Saline baseball here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Salina Surgical Hospital is a high-quality surgical facility with a comfortable and home-like atmosphere. Together with our community's greatest doctors, we are committed to a patient care model where exceptional satisfaction is the norm and every patient feels like they are treated with respect, dignity, and compassion. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local community-involved physicians. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure with us. Salina Surgical Hospital. Your voice, your choice.
At AJ Honey Farms, the honey is just the beginning. From raw honey and wax melts to happy bee balm and beekeeping gear, they've got everything buzzing with local flavor. Whether you're soothing a sore throat, starting your own hive, or gifting something sweet to a loved one, AJ Honey Farms brings the bees and the kind of sweetness only they can bottle.
This is Alan from AJ Honey Farms right here at 901 North 9th Street in Salina, Kansas. We truly appreciate your continued support and thank you for choosing local.
Maybe some home field friendly DJing here in Burlington as the walk-up music for southeast of Saline in the top of the third. Purple Haze, little Jimi Hendrix, huh?
Can't
I
go
don't know
wrong
if they
there.
know they're doing it, but it's appreciated by the people wearing purple here at Burlington, Kansas today. We're in Coffee County. Straight south of Topeka, Highway 75 will get you here from the capital city. First pitch of the third inning, strike thrown there by Brody Garland, who's been really good so far for the Wildcats. This time misses inside for a ball. Garland so far 4 strikeouts. This time he's looking at Jackson Tanner in the southeast of Saline lineup. Misses again there. Count goes to 2-1. On deck, it'll be Casson Clover for the Trojans. Here's one fouled back hard against the fence behind home plate as Tanner now leaving the count 2-2. A little bit of a race there between one of the Burlington players and Tyson Keller. And Keller missed by half a ball.
Yeah, but he had to go further.
Yes, he did. Here's another one, fouled straight back. And Burlington's got it. They Lane Workentine is a sophomore, and he's on it. He has a job to do.
That's right. Do your job.
And he's doing it well. 2-2 the count, and going down swinging will be Jackson Tanner. That'll be the 5th strikeout of the day so far for Brody Garland. This Wildcat defense behind Garland continues to hum right along. Casson Clover up there for Southeast now. So we round out the bottom of the order. One out here. Top of the third. This one misses high and away. Clover starts out leading the count 1-0. Keller, the leadoff hitter, will be on deck as Clover swings through one there. 1-1 now our count. Another mean swing there by Clover. Count goes to 1-2. Again, you can hear the wind coming through our equipment here. This wind is blowing in and towards first base. And we did see that impact a couple of would-be big hits in the first game that the ball ended up blowing into foul territory. Here's Garland. 2-2 pitch, and he got him swinging. Strikeout number 6 for Brody Garland. Back to the top of the order we go now for Southeast of Saline. Tyson Keller steps to the plate. Keller got a hit for Southeast of Saline. His first time up, he lined it right up the middle, right by the hip of pitcher Brody Garland. Southeast stranded him at second base. First pitch, fell in. Boy, that thing was a mean curve.
Yes, it was.
Bottom dropped out of it and fell in for a strike. Garland up in the count 0-1. Here's a swing by Keller. Same result, another strike, 0-2. 0-2 pitch. That one misses high and outside. Maybe Garland wasted one there. Count goes to 1-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on. Tons of space everywhere in this ballpark. Lots of foul territory. Lots of space between home plate and the backstop. Keller just got him an excuse-me swing there. Makes contact, and it goes off the fence behind him.
And I think for this team, throughout the year, they don't hit for real good average, You know, they don't hit for a lot of power. They do a lot of the little things right. So I don't think they get frustrated when, you know, you see an inning where you got a couple of strikeouts and one hit. I think they just kind of stay the course and because they've been there before.
Garland thought he had another curveball in for a strike, but umpire said it was not, and this time he's going to blow one right by Keller, who goes down swinging. 3 straight strikeouts for Brody Garland in the top of the third. And Southeast will play defense when we come back. It's Trojan baseball from the regional tournament in Burlington here on Salina Post Sports.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now, he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
Southeast of Saline Trojan baseball brought to you by Everhart Precision Ag. Jumping on board, helping us out. They're always great sponsors of Southeast of Saline student athletes. And it's been fun to watch good baseball here today. Third game of the day. First one, Southeast of Saline beat Chaparral 2-1, and then Burlington able to get by Haven 6-3. So it's the 2-seed Burlington, the 3-seed Southeast of Saline, playing for the right to go to the state tournament next week. And so far, we have a scoreless game with Burlington coming up in the bottom of the third. Scheduled up, Colton Robinson for the Wildcats. Step in on the left-hand side of the plate and look at Kaysen Bertrand. Bertrand tries the outside edge, misses, and Robinson jumps ahead in the count, 1-0.
You know, I think for Kaysen, he's got to, you know, that last inning he had something figured out. And, you know, the first inning he had 27 pitches. We've got to kind of limit that, you know, to where then he can go a little bit further in this game for us too.
Another pitch on the outside. That one misses. Second pitch in down low. This one across the kneecaps on the inside. Foul tip there, still ended up in the glove of Tyson Keller. That'll move the count 3-2. Ooh, and he lost him on a walk. So Colton Robinson will go to first base. That'll bring up Brody Garland.
Just amazing with all the stuff that these players wear nowadays. I mean, they have something to protect everything.
Yeah. Quick move over. And back in there sliding, Robinson.
Remember when you were playing and you get hit and somebody say rub some dirt on it? They don't say that anymore.
No, there's no dirt.
There's no dirt.
There's a steal. Robinson trying to go to second. This ball way outside. Keller rose up to throw. Garland might have been in his way a little bit there. But Keller not saying anything about it as right now Robinson reached to second base with a steal. So runner in scoring position, nobody out here for the Wildcats. Ground ball over to third. Going to be gloved there. Looking the runner back. And they get the runner at first after a nice play there by Cass and Clover. Looked Robinson back at second and was able to come over and get Brody Garland. Hunter Cole will come up now. He's the catcher for Burlington. Had a walk in the first at bat. Got stranded on second, though. There's a pitch that goes outside, and it's going to roll all the way to the fence. That'll advance the runner for Burlington as Robinson now goes to third. Salina Central today beat Newton 10-3. Abilene fell to Mulvane 7-0. Southeast of Saline softball won today over Harrington. It's a short game, 3 innings. Tyler Smith and his girls 16-0 over Harrington.
And just one game today, right? Is that, or do they have 2 today?
Nope, one game
just
today.
One game
they
today.
will play 2 on Thursday at home for the right to go to state in Class 3A softball. There's a breaking ball, beautiful pitch by Bertrand, and that will fall in for a strike. Even the count back at 1-1. There's a lazy fly ball out to left field, and it's going to drop in for a hit. Burlington will score a run. And that ball just kind of got up in the air and just stopped. So Burlington is on the board as Hunter Cole gets a single. Colton Robinson comes all the way in to score. Maddox Cheever up at the bat now. 1 out, 1 on first. Low pitch, 1-0 count. Kind of a shock in 5A softball as Bertrand misses on the outside. Salina Central lost today.
Yes, I am shocked.
They were the 3 seed. Goddard Eisenhower beat him 8-1.
Ooh.
That wasn't something that was expected.
No, Central been playing some pretty good softball, too.
They have. High and outside. Keller's going to take it, throw down to first. And the ball momentarily, though, out of the glove of Noah Rupert, but he chases it down. No damage done there after the snap throw from Keller. Sacred Heart Baseball also had their season ended today. They were up most of that game 2-0.
I think that's the one thing I like about baseball and softball is that, you know, it's one game.
Yep.
And, you know, you've got to have one good pitcher or one good day, and you can do a lot of damage.
They lost to Mission Valley. Mission Valley scored 3 runs in the 6th, ended up winning 3-2. You want to go 6 degrees at Kevin Bacon or whatever you want to call it. That Mission Valley team that beat Sacred Heart today was one of just 2 teams to hand this Burlington team a loss in the regular season. Burlington lost to Mission Valley by 1 run, and they also lost to Tonganoxie in Class 4A. Right now the Wildcats have 2 on, 1 out. There's a ball fouled straight back. Alex Mott's up there. Remember, he was up with bases loaded in the first inning. Kason Bertrand struck him out looking. This one in across the belt, and they're going to say it hit him. Bases loaded. So Mott hit by pitch. That'll advance the runners. Cole goes to third. Cheever goes to second. And due up for Burlington is Case Burke. We're going to have a meeting at the mound here for Southeast of Saline. Gives us a chance to remind you, Southeast of Saline sponsors during this school year are Vanderbilt's in Salina, also AJ Honey Farms, Dan Goebel at Salina Homes, Isaacson Truck Line, Mary Maids, Hire Scott Mortuary, APAC Shears, and the Southeast of Saline Education Foundation, along with Dr. Andrew Westbrook, Maury Clinic Sports Medicine in Salina. Quick meeting at the mound. Trying to get the temperature of Kason Bertrand here. He has bases loaded. Southeast is already allowed to run this inning. And there's just 1 out. Case Burke up there for the Wildcats. Pitch outside. Keller stops it. Burke, a sophomore. Not a lot of sophomore freshmen getting playing time on this Burlington team. 6 seniors that do most of the heavy lifting. Here's Burke. A pop-up over down the first base side, and giving chase over there is Noah Rupert. And it goes out of play on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, I think if you're, if you're Bertrand up there on the mound, you just got to take a deep breath, get you, something low in the zone, have him hit it on the ground, and see if you can't get out of this. He's not as clean as he was the last inning, but not to say he can't get back to that. But this is a big inning to not allow them to score and to keep it at 1-0.
Southeast had an excellent double play in the first game of the day. See if they can do that again and get out of this inning. 1-1 pitch by Bertrand. Here's a slow swing. Way behind that pitch was Burke, and that'll put Bertrand ahead in the count, 1-2. Again, bases juiced full of Wildcats here. 1 out in the bottom of the third. Bertrand looks around, sees all the runners. There's the 1-2 pitch, fouled straight back to the boards. Burke will continue to work in there against Bertrand. Aiden Winters is on deck for Burlington. Bertrand's 1-2 pitch. Here's a hard hit ball, goes to center field. Here comes Gebhardt, and he can't get there. Drops the ball, comes out of his glove, and now he's going to pick it up and throw into home base, and it's going to score 2 for the Cats. Boy, Gebhardt got on his horse, and he came in. He's been dealing with a little bit of a hamstring issue, and he got to that ball but just could not put it away, and that's going to score 2 for Burlington.
And it looked there for a minute, it looked like maybe Grady thought the ball had rolled a little bit further away from him, and it wasn't that far, so he noticed that and gets up and throws it back in and keeps everybody at first and second.
So Burke, a couple of RBI there as he moves the runners. Cole came home, Cheever came home, Matz goes to second. And southeast of Saline is going to have a pitching change here.
So you see Noah Rupert come to the mound now. They'll do kind of a little carousel here and move a couple of guys. And
so Case and Bertrand lasted into the third inning. Now Noah Rupert will take the mound. Bertrand will go back to his spot that he played in the first game of the day. Over here at short.
And Noah is very capable of keeping the score at 3-0. I mean, he has thrown some good innings for Southeast all year as well.
So some warm-up pitches here for Noah Rupert.
Not to go back to the first game, but we have a little bit of break. We had talked, we didn't know what the call was.
Yeah, I found out.
Yeah, I did too. I had to ask, and
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Yeah, I was like, well, that makes sense, but
Yep.
I already seen him to second, so yeah.
Yep.
But I will say that, I mean, in all 3 games so far, the umps have been great.
Yeah.
I really think they've all been consistent. It's been very well run, and they've been, they have communicated really, really well.
Who is our first baseman now, Kevin? Who is that?
That's Leeds.
Okay.
I will find it.
Okay. So Aiden Winters is up here for Burlington. He has runners on first and second. Winters was stranded his first time up after he reached on a single. First pitch,
Ooh.
and he's hit. So Winters gets hit by pitch. And that'll load the bases once again. after the first pitch there from Noah Rupert.
That's a tough call.
Waiting on some equipment swap outs here at first base for Aiden Winders. Brazen Spring up now for Burlington. Bases loaded, one out. He popped up his first time at bat. Burlington so far with 3 runs here in this bottom of the third, and they're hungry for more with the bases loaded. Here's Keller throwing down to third. And Alex Moutz back for the Wildcats.
And if you're Keller in that situation, you got to be really, really careful because, man, that goes to left field.
Yeah.
And you potentially are going to give up a couple of runs.
And you saw Clover that time. He couldn't get his glove on the ball, but he put his body in front, took it off the chest, off the bounce. Inside pitch for a strike. That's a good look there from Noah Rupert, who evens the count at 1-1. Base is full of Cats here. 1 out. Rupert again right down the pipe. As Spring lets that one go by. Now 1-2.
And Rupert's one of those kids where he's got a really nice, nasty breaking ball that he likes to throw as well.
Rupert's 1-2 pitch got him swinging. So that'll help the cause just a little bit. As Rupert came in, gets his first batter. Actually hit his first batter. Second batter was a strikeout. Needs one more out to get out of the inning. Back to the top of the order we go. Mason Collins out there for Burlington. He lined out to second base his first time up. Second time up, he lined out to third. 0 for 2 on the day. Jumps ahead in the count here, 1-0, 2 outs. 3 runners on. Takes this one inside for a strike. That'll even things out at 1-1. One pitch comes in low. Now 2 on the count. Here's the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss.
That was that breaking ball I was telling you about. I mean, he really dives it off the plate, and it's got late action, which is just hard to pick up.
2-2 pitch, 2 outs. And a ball. Count now will go full. Bases loaded, full count, 2 outs. Rupert taking his time. Now he comes over to third. Trying to get the runner off there. Nothing working there. Another full count pitch. Up inside. They're going to walk home a run. Bases will stay loaded. Alex Moutz will come in. As he was walked home, Burlington now with a 4-0 lead. Another base on balls there for southeast of Saline.
That's kind of the story of the afternoon so far, right? You give up free passes and you give up a bunch of them, and it'll come back to hurt you.
Base is still loaded, still dangerous situation here for southeast of Saline with 2 outs. The bottom of the third. Southeast dealing with the top of the order. It's Colton Robinson. He's the one that started this mess for southeast of Saline. As Burlington now is batted around. He scored the first run of the game. Watches a pitch fall in there. at his kneecaps, now 1-1. Robinson walked to get on base, then he stole second base. Ended up scoring the run. High pitch in there for a ball, 2-1 the count. Here's a hard hit ball. It's going to pop straight up. Come over the dugout and land harmlessly. That'll even the count 2-2 now with 2 outs. Big situation here for Noah Rupert.
Right, we don't need to strike him out, just let him put the ball in play and go field it. Our fielding, our defense has been phenomenal all season.
Here's a hard hit ball to right field. Over there to get it is Leighton Nooch, and he is able to put it away. So Southeast of Saline gives up 4 in the bottom of the third. We'll go to the top of the fourth. Southeast will see if they can get them back. Southeast of Saline. Regional Baseball, it's brought to you by Lily Pad Septic Service and Portable Restrooms.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Welcome back here to Burlington. The Wildcats with a big bottom of the third inning. They take a 4-0 lead into the top of the fourth. Southeast of Saline will come up, and they will start it out with their leadoff hitter, Tiernan Potacik. Minneapolis softball also took a loss today as they went down to Conway Springs by a count of 15-10. So Minneapolis has their softball season ended. They could have been in kind of a big situation there.
Yeah, and if you're Southeast right now, right, you don't have to get it all back right now, right? But let's start chipping away at this. Just pass the bat to the next guy. Base hit after base hit adds up. And the thing is, in that last half inning for Southeast, we gave them 6 free passes for the game so far. And so it's going to be hard to overcome if you just continue to give them free passes.
2 on the count to Tiernan Potacik, and here comes that big breaking ball once again. Garland thought he got him, but it's going to be a 2-2 count. Actually, he did get him on the look. Now 3-2 count as the ball gets by. Full count here to the leadoff hitter, Tiernan Potacik. Brody Garland's been really good. 7 strikeouts so far. And this one's going to be fouled back. Let me finish my thought there on Minneapolis. They were scheduled, if they would have won today against Conway Springs, to be at Southeast of Saline on Thursday. And now it'll be Conway Springs making the trip to Gypsum as Tiernan Potacik strikes out looking. His second strikeout of the day. 7 Ks now for Brody Garland.
Might need somebody to kind of lay down a bunt, do something crazy like that, kind of get some things going. Nothing else seems to be working right now, so.
Southeast with just 1 base runner today, to your point. That was Tyson Keller to start the game. There's a big swing by Kason Bertrand, who's up there. That'll put the count at 0-2. Noah Rupert on deck. Bertrand struck out his first time up. Gets a piece of this one. It's a slow roller down the third base line, but it does not stay fair. And they'll have to come back and do it again.
Now with an 0-2 count, you know you got to protect. You still got to try to put it in place somewhere, but you got to also know that that sweeping curveball's coming as well, right? That adjustment that we talked about, you know, you've got to make those adjustments.
There's another one fouled off as Garland tried for the outside, and Bertrand fought it off there. Still an 0-2 count. Garland's going to hit him in the shin.
But there's that protector.
Yeah. Maybe. Kind of maybe right in the middle of the shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bertrand's going to take his gear off and go down to first base, and that might be what Southeast of Saline needs here. They get just their second base runner of the day, and it's a hit by pitch for Case and Bertrand. That'll bring up Noah Rupert, who flew out to right field his first time up. Burlington up 4-0 here. They'll check the runner over at first with a throw. Bertrand back safely there. Rupert steps in. He has Grady Gephardt on deck. Here's a hard hit ball down the right field line, giving chase. It's going to be fair.
Ooh.
And diving right into the fence was the Burlington right fielder that time. Giving
Great
chase.
effort.
Yeah, giving chase on that one for the Wildcats was Aiden Winters. The junior gave everything he had, ended up face first in the fence over there.
Maybe bleeding a little bit from sliding into the fence.
And they're going to give him time here to check it out, I think. So he came in pretty quick to get that looked at. Boy, he was covering a lot of space in a short amount of time and ended up throttling down just a little bit, but not quite enough, as this turf gets pretty slick when it's damp, and it's been damp all day long, and he just kind of slid right into the chain link over there. They're still working on him over in this Burlington dugout. Southeast of Saline baseball brought to you by Salina Surgical Hospital, also the Bank of Tesca today, the Farmers Insurance Agency, the Kniper Agency in Salina, and also Can-Equip. I want to thank them for helping us out, bringing you Southeast of Saline Trojan baseball here today. Regional semifinal and final right now. Burlington so far leading this one 4-0. It's been a windy, damp, cloudy, cool day here in Coffee County.
Perfect for baseball.
Says the guy wearing gloves.
Yes.
Here's another poke. It's going to go right back to the same spot, only this time fair, and Rupert will advance the runner over to third. And just sliding in underneath the tag was Case and Bertrand. I think maybe Bertrand thought he had a little more time to work with there than what he did, and they're going to call him safe, but Burlington, boy, they are asking about that.
I think from my point of view, I think he was safe, but I think it was a bang-bang play.
It was, absolutely. So a big hit there by Noah Rupert. Chance Potocnik on to talk to the home plate umpire. Chance in his second year leading the baseball program.
Getting a courtesy runner first pitcher.
So we await the arrival of Grady Gephardt at the plate.
Right, big moment here in this game, right? We're at the top of the fourth, down 4-0. Got the opportunity to push a run across. It's just important we do that here.
Gephardt takes first pitch strike. Christian Peterson, the courtesy runner, on first for Southeast of Saline. So it's Peterson on first, Bertrand on third. Second pitch fouled off here by Gephardt. Behind in the count now, 0-2. Well, you'd like to see Grady get some productive here with 2 strikes, get that run in from third.
Well, kind of pump some life back into us,
Yeah.
right? We're kind of flat right now.
Grady takes third strike looking. Second strikeout of the game, second strikeout looking for Grady Gebhardt. That'll bring up Caden Peterson. Peterson first time up, popped out. Southeast has runners on the corners here with 2 outs. They trail it by 4. Big swing at a ball upstairs. Peterson starts out 0-1. Second pitch, in low and in for a strike. So Peterson takes that one looking. Brody Garland's just kind of feeling it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's putting pitches all over the place.
He's that shooter that's just on fire, just can't miss. I mean, his location's phenomenal right now.
Peterson's going to fight this one off and foul it up high down the first base side. The runner will have to go back to first here. That's Christian Peterson. Caden Peterson will step out here. He'll look down third base line, get the signs from Coach Potacek. 0-2 count. Another breaking ball falls in there, and again, that was one Brody Garland thought he had as it fell in there. The umpire not agreeing, and that'll be the first pitch for a ball here on Caden Peterson.
And
that ball has some.
Yeah.
It's going multiple floors.
If I'm him, I'm going right back to it right now. Right back to it.
We have seen several Southeast hitters frozen.
Oh.
And that's a good explanation of why. And there's another one. Another strikeout looking as Southeast of Saline leaves 2 runners stranded. That's a total of 3 now for the game. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Burlington's turn at the plate. They lead it 4-0 here on Salina Post Sports Network.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? Memorial Health System in Abilene is hiring full-time registered nurses for their hospital emergency department, and they've got the perks to match. Sign-on bonuses, shift and weekend differentials, a child care stipend, and tuition reimbursement to keep you moving forward. Bring your skills where they'll make the biggest impact, right here in Abilene. Apply today at srhc.com. That's srhc.com to apply for this opening at Memorial Health System in Abilene, taking care of you so you can take care of others.
Southeast of Saline Baseball brought to you today by Legacy Roofing in Salina. If you need help with roof or gutters, give them a call. They're a family-owned company, been in business over 12 years, and they will be happy to help you out. I know a lot of folks around the area, we all need help on our roof and gutters and possibly some other things too. So get the serious stuff taken care of now. Get your roof looked at. Make sure there's no ongoing damage, leaks, or anything like that. Legacy Roofing will respond quickly.
Did you get any hail over to Abilene yesterday?
A little bit.
A little bit?
I think so, yep. Here's a ground ball that goes to short, and the ball thrown over there as Bertrand throws it over to Heller for the first out of the inning. Nothing of significance, though, in Abilene that I know of. I wasn't home yesterday, but had some meetings up in St. Joe, had to go off the neighbors' reports. Who knows what that's like.
Yep.
Of course, Abilene had the big hail event last year.
Yeah. It was like baseball size, though, wasn't it?
Wasn't that big, but it did enough.
Yeah.
Enough that my insurance company is loving it.
They don't like you anymore.
No. Oh, they love me.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Fouled off straight back to the fence here. Hunter Cole up there to bat. He scored a run last inning. Also reached and was stranded after he walked in the first inning. Right now with a 2-2 count. Rupert. Actually, let's go full, 3-2. And Rupert in low.
And
is
see, that's
gonna walk it.
That's kind of been the whole thing, this afternoon, is that we've kind of been our own demise. It's not like they've crushed the ball on us. We've just put them on, and then they've got some timely hitting or pass ball. Is how they're getting their runs. I would challenge them a little bit. I'd throw that fastball just a little bit more, and I'd challenge them a little bit.
There's a wild throw over to first. Cole slid in, but then gets to his feet, and he's going to end up going to second on a throwing error. So, leadoff hitter in scoring position. Actually, not the leadoff hitter, I apologize. That was actually Brody Garland. Hunter Cole is the second batter at the plate. Maddox Cheever. He's had a productive day for Burlington. Had 2 walks, ended up being stranded in the first, but scored a run in the third for the Wildcats. Showing a bunt, he's going to pull it back and then give this one a ride to center field. Grady Gebhardt comes over, camps underneath that. Now a strong throw in that will trickle into third base, and tagging and advancing on the sacrifice fly, Hunter Cole will advance to third. So a fly out to center field for Cheever will be the second out of the inning. Alex Motz will come back up here for Burlington. He struck out looking the first time he came to the plate. Then in the fourth inning, he was hit by a pitch and ended up scoring a run. One of the 4 runs here for the Wildcats. So Mott's back up there with 2 outs. Rupert, first pitch to Mott's. Low and down in the rubber. Tyson Keller fishes it out. Here's the 1-0 pitch. High and outside. Went the other way.
One extreme to the next.
Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. That one right down the center.
And that I wouldn't say just live in the middle of the plate. I mean, you can go inside, outside, but I'm gonna use that fastball a little bit more.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That'll even the count at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third. Here for Burlington, a reach and a foul off as Motz will stay alive here. 2-2 pitch. Motz goes down looking, and the strikeout for Noah Rupert. That'll end Burlington's half of the 4th inning. To the top of the 5th we go. Wildcats leading the Trojans. It's 4-0 here on the Salina Post Sports Network. It's brought to you by Legacy Roofing.
At Vernon Jewelers, we believe jewelry is more than just an accessory. It's an expression of who you are. It's also a piece of your life that can be passed down through the generations. That's why our expert team is here to listen, understand, and help you find that piece that speaks to your story. We're not just your local jeweler. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in celebrating life's precious moments. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. In our 141st year, we are not old. We're just really good at what we do.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
Back here in Burlington, regional baseball today brought to you in part by Everhart Precision Ag. I want to thank them and all the great sponsors helping us make this broadcast possible. Leadoff hitter Leighton Nooch to start the top of the 5th inning for Southeast of Saline. First pitch strike in there for Brody Garland. He has been sensational in this game. Second pitch will brush Nooch back just a little bit. That'll even the count at 1-1. Here's a swing and a foul back. I think we're just continuing on with what we saw in the first game, and that is a record-setting pace of foul balls over the first base dugout.
Everything to the right side. Why not another?
I've seen a couple get fouled straight back. I've seen one single foul ball all day over the third base fence. That was it.
Yep.
Gives a testament to not only the wind, but also the pitching. Hitters spinning all day, trying to catch up to some of the velocities being thrown today here in Burlington. 2-2 count for Nooch right now. Sees the leadoff hitter here in the top of the 5th. Watches one go outside and miss. That'll run the count full to 3-2. Boy, Southeast needs their leadoff hitter on here, especially with Nooch and the wheels that he possesses. Trailing 4-0 here. 3-2 pitch. Nooch swing and a miss. And he strikes out for the second time. It's the 11th strikeout for Brody Garland here in this Burlington baseball defense. And his defense around him hasn't had to do a whole lot. He has faced 16 batters and 11 strikeouts.
Yep. And I was just going to say, I think, you're not far enough into this game yet that where you can't still play that small ball. But I think I'm going to force them to make a couple plays. I'm going to put a bunt down somewhere and try to get some momentum going because, he's just striking out, strikeout. We're just not getting any momentum going.
And you can tell he's feeling a little bit now because he just keeps continuing to pick up the pace. He's already thrown 3 pitches here to Jackson Tanner. With a 1-2 count, Tanner fouling off the last one. Here's that 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging on a strikeout. It's a dozen now for Brody Garland. Casson Clover coming to the plate. Casson struck out his first time up. As Southeast is looking at the bottom of the order here. In the top of the 5th inning. 2 outs, nobody on. First pitch, swing and a miss.
And see, that's the biggest problem. If you're looking for his fastball, you got to be able to tattoo it because you're not going to touch his breaking ball. It's so deceptive and the way it moves.
And one loves the other, right?
Yep.
I mean, he is placing the fastball wherever he wants with a great deal of velocity, and then all of a sudden you get caught looking at a ball that looks like it's way out of bounds and then just drops right back in. Now, he is mixing it up, and his stuff is working here in this game. He's jumped ahead here 0-2 in the count to Clover.
Well, he doesn't waste a bunch of pitches either, right? He knows what he's doing. He knows where he wants to go, and he's executing at a high level right now.
And just on cue, as you say that, he puts one in the dirt.
Yep. Just changing eye level, right?
Well, he was ahead 0-2. He had it to waste.
That's right.
That countdown will go to 1-2 with 2 outs here. Top of 5. Timeout at the plate. Everybody will reset here. It's a 1-2 count. Brody Garland dealing to Casson Clover. There's a 1-2 pitch and a step back and a swing. Clover fights that one off to live to see another pitch. Southeast going with their purple tops, white pants here in this one after wearing all light colors in the first game of the day. And here's a ball that comes in and another breaking ball for the 13th strikeout of the day. Southeast of Saline baseball continues after the break here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie, where we can get you a flush in a rush. How can we help you flush today?
Oh, it smells like something died out by my septic tank. It's bad.
Oh no, I know that smell you're talking about. Cole!
I smelt it from here.
Flush! The freakishly fast frog!
I'll follow the funk. It's not a dead animal, sir. It's your septic tank venting gases. Oof, she's full, real full.
That's the smell.
I've got to get back and tell Callie. Callie, he needs a pump out, quick!
Already got a pump truck rolling.
If you need a flush and a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
We guarantee to inspect your septic issues within 24 hours.
Or you get a free septic tank pump out worth $399.
Lily Pad Septic.
We'll be there in a splash.
Callie, quick! Kiss me! That stink stuck to my skin!
I, don't know if I can.
Oh, good. I can smell other things again.
Back here in Burlington as we go to the bottom of the fifth. The Wildcats coming back to the plate. They will send Burke, Winters, and Spring. It's the bottom of the order for the Wildcats. So they have been somewhat productive here in this game so far that they lead Southeast of Saline by a count of 4-0, playing for the right to go to the State 3A baseball tournament. First pitch is in there for a strike from Noah Rupert. If you did not have a chance to tune in and watch the first game of the day for Southeast of Saline, we talked a little bit about the 3A and 4A state baseball tournament supposed to be at Hoagland Park on the campus of KU, right next door to Allen Fieldhouse. But I think the possibility is going to shift that those games will have to be played in Manhattan because KU may have some postseason super regional baseball to play. And a strikeout there by Noah Rupert as he sets down Chase Burke swinging. Second strikeout in a row for Rupert. So that'll be the second season in a row that Keisha has scheduled games to be at KU, and they've had to move them because of KU playing extra baseball. Won the Big 12 Conference Championship. It's the first conference championship that the Jayhawks have won since 1949. Here's a pop-up that goes out to right field. Giving chase over there is Leighton Nooch, and he'll put it away. So, Toyton Family Stadium on the campus of Kansas State will probably be 3A baseball this year.
So we've played at both summer league ball. Both complexes are really nice. A lot of fun to play at. I like K-State's field a little bit better than I like KU's just because there's more seating.
Yes, that is one thing that's a big topic right now for KU is where do you put rear ends?
Yes.
Especially if you're going to have a super regional, one of 16.
And I don't even know, I don't even know where you would even put them. Even if you, there's nowhere to put grandstands over there.
Nope.
So I don't know how they do it.
Spring up to bat, down 0-2 in the count. He's going to give one a ride to center field, and that's going to drop in for a hit. So Braisden Spring gets a single to center field, and he will reach on. We'll go back to the top of the order here with Mason Collins for the Wildcats. I imagine 3A and 4A softball will continue to be scheduled to be in Lawrence. They're supposed to play at Rock Chalk Park. So the KU softball team got defeated by Oklahoma in the College World Series on Saturday. Here's a throw to second, and Spring's going to be in there with a stolen base. So if you know of any good 3A or 4A softball teams, you might want to eyeball that.
Yeah.
There's a few around,
few.
including the Lady Trojans of Southeast, who still have some work to do. They will do that at home on Thursday. As they were victorious today in 2.5 innings over Harrington. Short day for Tyler Smith and the ladies.
They've had a few games like that this season. And that's a credit to them, being as good as they are, too.
1-1 the count here. 2 outs for Southeast of Saline. Burlington making contact there, but it's going to go down the first base line and roll foul. And Braisden Spring will have to go back to second for another pitch. Noah Rupert working on the leadoff hitter, the number 1 hole hitter, I should say, Mason Collins for Burlington. Here's the 1-2 pitch.
Yeah.
Got him looking. What a pitch there by Noah Rupert as he gets Collins looking, and that will get Southeast out of the inning. Still 4-0 to the top of the 6th we go. Southeast will come to the plate when we come back here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
A smooth ride and safe handling start with a strong suspension. At Commercial Tire Center in Salina, our team provides expert suspension maintenance and repair for both automotive and diesel vehicles. From shocks, struts, and steering to full mechanical service, our certified technicians help extend tire life and keep your vehicle road ready. Whether it's your everyday car or a hardworking diesel truck, count on Commercial Tire Center to keep you moving.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Trojan Baseball here on the Salina Post Sports Network. So glad you could join us. It's all brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Lily Pad Septic Service, Everhart Precision Ag, and Legacy Roofing. 4-0. All those runs scored in the third inning by Burlington, and they have just been riding the arm so far of their ace pitcher, Brody Garland.
We just had a foul ball on the left side.
But it didn't get out of the park. Does it? Oh, it did? Okay.
Oh, it did.
Okay.
And it was off of a bunt. And I'm not kidding.
Go figure.
I'm not kidding.
Go figure. That was from Tyson Keller, the leadoff hitter and the number 1 hole hitter for Southeast of Saline. You can hear that one fouled back straight to the boards. That'll put the count now against Keller at 0-2. Leadoff for Keller here. Down in the count, 0-2. Garland deals to him, and he goes down swinging. Strikeout number 14 for Brody Garland. Chapman won, 6-0. They will go back-to-back state appearances, 5th all-time. Kennedy Scholl's a big day for her. She hit a home run in the second game. She had a grand slam in the first inning of the first game. So one of those good 3A or 4A softball teams we were talking about that'll play in Lawrence can go ahead and make arrangements if you follow the Chapman Lady Irish. Here's contact by Tiernan Potacek.
Man, he works so well. I mean, he just gets in front of every batter. You know, he doesn't have to fall behind. He doesn't fall behind. He always just stays ahead.
0-2 the count. Garland, Potacek. Here's a bouncing ball that's going to go to second base. Potacek with the race, and he is going to be thrown out at first. So we'll ground out to second base. Bring up Kason Bertrand. Talked about Salina Central softball earlier being upset. Salina Central baseball, who has really gotten hot here this season. They ended up getting a number 1 seed in Class 5A. They're up on Topeka Seaman right now, 1-0 in the bottom of the 6th, with the winner going to state. So while softball for the Mustangs may be done, the baseball team looking to continue their season in Class 5A. Big swing there by Bertrand. That'll even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here for Southeast of Saline. We'll watch another pitch come in, and that will be a ball, now 2-1. If Bertrand could reach, Noah Rupert is on deck for Southeast of Saline. Big swing and a miss. Count even now, 2-2. He'll watch this one creep outside. Count now goes full with 2 outs. Bertrand was the starting pitcher in this game. He'll foul this one back to the right-hand side. Got himself in trouble in the 3rd, and then gave way for Rupert, who is still on the mound. But Brody Garland has been doing work the whole way for Burlington as he is pushing his way towards 100 pitches. And that strikeout was number 94, as Garland gets yet another strikeout, number 15 against Southeast of Saline. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Southeast of Saline baseball brought to you by Everhart Precision Ag.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway. Phone calls welcome.
Back here in Burlington, southeast of Saline, now playing defense, trying to give themselves a chance to come back in the top of the 7th and get some work done here, but it's been slim pickings on offense for southeast of Saline here in this game. See if they can hold Burlington off here. Burlington will come up with their 2, 3, and 4-hole hitters. It'll be Robinson, Garland, and Cole, who have all been very productive today for the Wildcats. They'll face Noah Rupert on the mound. Rupert will start out with the left-handed Colton Robinson to lead off the inning. Hard hit ball by Robinson. It creeps out to foul territory. 3 Trojans giving chase and nobody can get there. Just took a bounce, kind of right in the middle of the triangle of Trojans. And all that resulted in was a long strike. The count will go to 0-1.
Yeah, I think a situation like that, you know, shortstop's got to take precedent over everybody there. He's got the best angle. He can see it, and especially the way that ball was tailing away. I mean, that's his ball to go get.
So the long strike will put Rupert up to begin here against Robinson. Out chest high, upstairs for a ball. 1-1 the count. Third pitch lands in for a strike on the inside half of the plate. Rupert's been moving pitches around pretty well here since he's taken over in this game. He's been using some off-speed stuff. That one there on the outside for a ball evens the count at 2-2. But he's got an impressive arm.
Yeah, I mean he's thrown a lot of innings, you know, the last few years for Southeast, and he's just getting better and better.
That one there misses low. As Robinson flirting with maybe taking third strike looking. Instead, the count goes 3-2. Leadoff hitter here in the top of the 6th, full count. Rupert can't get him as he misses down low, and that leadoff hitter is on. And he will give way now to Brody Garland, who will come up to the plate. Garland walked in the first inning, then was stranded on third. He's had a couple of groundouts to third base since then. Garland will stand in there against Noah Rupert for southeast of Saline on the hill. Garland looks at a pitch outside. It falls in for a strike. Then Tyson Keller with the snap throw down to first. Runner back safely. Rupert's 0-1 pitch. Keller throwing to second. The runner going there. And they're going to need some backup as that ball gets by. But the runner will stay here at second base. So a stolen base for Colton Robinson as he's able to advance to second here. And the leadoff runner in scoring position for Burlington. 1-1 the count to Brody Garland here at the plate. Takes a hack at a low pitch. This is going to fly out to right field. Nooch there to put it away, and the runner will tag and go from second to third. So a sacrifice fly will advance Colton Robinson over to third. And Hunter Cole will come up to the plate with a runner on third and 1 out.
And that's the thing about Southeast, you know, when the defense has had the opportunities to make plays, you know, we've made a lot of plays. It's the free passes that kind of come back to haunt us here.
Cole on the day has reached the bags all 3 times he's been up to bat. He has 2 walks and also a single to left field. Fouls the first pitch back for a strike. 0-1 the count. Make sure you subscribe to Salina Post on the YouTube page. That'll give you a notification anytime a broadcast is getting ready to begin. And just, I know we thinned things out a little bit somewhat today with all the action going on and, of course, losers having their seasons ended. There's still a lot of action left to cover here, so you never know what games we're going to do next. So make sure you subscribe. Also helps us out, too, as we pay the bills and keep the train moving here through the postseason of the 2026 spring sports year. There's a fly ball out to right field. It's going to drop in there for Cole as he's going to have an RBI single for the second time today as he will bat in Colton Robinson. 5-0 Burlington.
I don't know if he lost it in the lights or what happened, but it looked like he kind of let up, like it was like one of those in-betweeners, but looked like he had enough time to maybe he just misjudged it. Maybe could have went and maybe laid out.
And just the atmospheres that we're talking about, artificial field, light sky, we talked about that early on in the day at 2 o'clock. Sky about the same color as the baseball. That was hard to judge. The lights are on now, and these are those kind of the newer standard lights. The first time I saw them was when we played football out at Scott City years ago. They point straight down.
Straight down.
So it's tough to get them in your eyes, but it is possible. If it just lines up just right, it is definitely possible. Here's a rip down the third base line. It's going to go foul.
Oh. That's a heck of a play, though, from Cass and Clover at third.
That was.
Man.
Clover all over that one, dove across the line to make the stop. He wasn't sure if it was going to be fair or foul, and he was over there to make the stop anyway. Coming back to do it again will be Maddox Cheever. But, yeah, the lights are just a little strange. They point straight down, but still they illuminate the field without being too overbearing with the spectators and the players on the field. I don't know if Brian is a fan of them on camera or not. We'll have to get his approval. He thumbs up. He loves them. Here's a fly out to center field. Grady Gebhardt tracking in. He is going to put it away.
Let me ask you something about the lights here. Why is it that they have the lights coming straight down, but then they have one pointing straight up? Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah, I have.
I don't know. I don't get the concept of the lights and how it illuminates clear out.
Is it a light or a sensor?
I don't know. It looks like a light.
We need to do something. We need to check this out.
Yeah.
Because also notice about 2/3 of the way up, there's another one of those platforms. (1-0) the count. Alex Motz up to bat. Gets his bat on it here, just kind of threw his bat across the plate that time, and Gebhardt's over there to put it away. And southeast of Saline gives up a run. We will go to the top of the 7th, 5-0 Burlington. And southeast of Saline down to their last 3 outs when we come back here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Salina Surgical Hospital is a high-quality surgical facility with a comfortable and home-like atmosphere. Together with our community's greatest doctors, we are committed to a patient care model where exceptional satisfaction is the norm and every patient feels like they are treated with respect, dignity, and compassion. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local community-involved physicians. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure with us. Salina Surgical Hospital. Your voice, your choice.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
Trojans come to the plate, top of the 7th, as they are down to their last 3 outs. You get a breakdown for the lights there?
I did.
Man, we have great viewers, great listeners. We'll always get an answer out of somebody. Yeah. It may be a lot of BS, but we know we're going to get an answer from somebody.
Yeah. No, there's a light that goes up, and it helps illuminate the ball better.
There's a hard hit ball. Hang on a second there. Over to second base. And thrown out by a step is Noah Rupert. Give it a shot there, but he grounds out to second. Grady Gebhardt now up at bat. Grady's been caught looking his first 2 times up. I should have known Tyler Henry would break it down on the lights for us. Here's the first pitch to Gebhardt. He swings and misses. Low pitch in there. Count goes to 0-1. This one he's going to slap back to the pitcher. Garland comes up. He'll field it and throw Gebhardt out. Southeast down to their last out. Boy, Brody Garland at 98 pitches looking to get a complete game here.
Yep.
And he has 1 batter left to deal with. It's Caden Peterson.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 20, Caden Peterson.
It's kind of surreal watching Gebhardt run off the field here. The only senior on this team. Check swing.
And the thing is it's, you know, if we can get 5 runs and extend this, but, you know, that could be the last time we see him run across any field, you know, for Southeast.
Yeah, for Southeast. Going to run across some football fields next year.
Yep, absolutely.
It'll be fun to watch. A couple of Trojans going to Tabor College right now. They're scheduled to go to Tabor.
How many years has it been, or how many years for Gebhardt's that, you know, coming up next year there won't be one?
Yeah, I know.
You've had them all, you know.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be strange. It won't be kind of strange. It'll be strange.
Yeah.
3-0 count here. As Caden Peterson looks at the 4th pitch upstairs, took one there, and all rights he should have. Count goes to 3-1 as that one's called strike. Peterson steps back in here. He's trying to keep this game alive for Southeast of Saline. Peterson with a swing and a miss. Count goes to 3-2. Burlington crowd starting to get into it. Boy, they've brought the juice all day long. Good people, good facilities.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been a fun visit today. Here's Peterson. Ball outside, he's going to reach. He'll keep this ball game going here just a little bit as Caden Peterson reaches on a walk. That'll bring up Leighton Nooch.
And that's the other thing. This is his last batter. He's had 104 pitches, so he'll start this batter. If it's extended, he won't be able to go any further than this.
Nooch up there.
Nope, they're going to do it something now maybe.
They might bring him out right now just to kind of not only mess with that pitch count, or not mess with it, but protect that pitch count just a little bit. Maybe also just to get him out, too, and get him the ovation he deserves.
Yeah.
He's been sensational today. 15 strikeouts on the day. Obviously has not given up a run. Kason Bertrand was hit by a pitch.
And he gave up a run, or he gave up a hit to Tyson to lead off the game, and then it's just been pure dominance.
Yeah. He gave up a hit to Keller, who got to second, then was stranded in the first. Then in the 4th, he hit Kason Bertrand. Bertrand ended up getting to 3rd, and that's the furthest any Southeast of Saline runner has gotten today. So that's kind of where we're at right now. You look at Caden Peterson on first. That's been a golden ticket that a lot of Trojans haven't been able to grab today, just getting on base here against Brody Garland, who has been really, really good here tonight. Can safely say tonight now. It's 8:30.
That would be my guess, is they're asking for clarity of how this works.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, I'm sure, in their bones. They want to see him finish this out.
Yeah.
You know, put the cap on it. Finish what you've done. So the umpire coming over, if I heard him correctly, asked the official score in the booth what the pitch count was. They do have a scoreboard that has pitch count on it. Right now it sits at 104. The umpire told the official scorekeeper, whatever the response was in there, if that is correct, we're going to go. So they are going to leave Brody Garland on the mound.
Okay.
So the southpaw will get a chance to finish this one out. He has Caden Peterson on first. Leighton Nooch at the plate. 2 outs for the Trojans. It's a 5-0 lead for Burlington. First pitch to Nooch is a ball.
And you kind of wonder if the coach for Burlington goes out there and says, listen, you've got one more batter.
Yeah, yeah. Second pitch, inside for a ball. Nooch jumps ahead in the count, 2-0. Garland, another pitch inside. 3 straight pitches for a ball. Got to take here if you're Leighton Nooch, most likely. He will. And 4 straight pitches on a walk. And now back out to the mound we will go. Brody Garland will come out as he has pitched a gem here, and he will come out of the game with a 5-0 lead. He has 2 runners on base, though, first and second, as Nooch and Peterson have both reached on walks, and they will have a pitching change. Gives us a chance to remind you that Southeast of Saline Baseball is brought to you by L&L Advisors in Salina. Also, Frisbee Construction, New Image Audio, Knauf Auto and Truck Accessories, Commercial Tire Centers, Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina, Smart Insurance, 1L Garrettson at Salina Homes, also Ryan Roofing, Bryson Flax. Been talking about hail damage and things like that. A lot of severe weather rolling through the area over the last 30 days. If you need an estimate, call Bryson Flax. He'll be happy to give you a free estimate and get you what you need to deal with the next steps of repair. Phillips Seed Farms, also Salina Regional Sports Medicine, Vanderbilt's, AJ Honey Farms, Scientific Engineering Incorporated. Kevin Peterson, the machine shop in Salina, can use them for production machine needs. They can help you out with any parts, small and large. Also Sage Products, Salina Surgical Hospital, the Kniper Agency of Farmers Insurance, Bank of Tesket, and the Southeast of Saline Education Foundation and SES Booster Club. Relief pitcher in for Burlington. Looks like we're going to see Maddox Cheever, another senior, take over here for Brody Garland, who was fabulous.
Yeah, before he walked the last 2, I mean, it's spotless.
If Burlington goes on to win this game, I will want to watch them play first round of the state tournament if Brody Garland is pitching.
Yes, absolutely.
He was fun to watch.
Yep.
Like you and I were joking during the break, we don't know if the defense is worth anything because they haven't done anything today. That's joking, of course, but man, you see dominant pitching like that.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap. They've got your number.
5-0, Cheever in there to take over here. He just needs to get one more out. Has 2 runners on that were left by Garland. First pitch for Cheever is a strike on the outside. So Cheever jumps ahead. 5-0, Burlington. Here's a hit over to right field. It's going to drop. Southeast of Saline's going to score a run here. Coming to the plate will be Peterson, and advancing to third will be Leighton Nooch. So an RBI single for Jackson Tanner. And Southeast of Saline just got rid of the shutout on an RBI single for Jackson Tanner. Casson Clover will come up now to the plate. And again, Southeast doing this with the bottom of the order.
And the thing is you just keep getting base hits, right?
Runners on the corners now, 2 outs for the visiting Trojans from Gypsum. First pitch to Clover, down and away, it's for a ball. Well, that was a really nice hit by Jackson Tanner to right field. Big old gap out there, and he put it right where he needed to be. Here's a big cut. That one's going to be fouled off down the right field side by Clover. Out of play. Runners on the corners here. Potachik, Chance, head coach, down the third base line, making the call. See if there's some movement on the bases here. Casson Clover with a 1-1 count. Watches one on the outside half, misses. Clover jumps ahead 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That'll even things up at 2-2. And Southeast could be down to the last strike once again. Runners on the corners here, 2 outs. That's a 2-2 count. Clover against Cheever. Here's Cheever's pitch. Low and outside. Count goes full. Pretty good drama here at the end for a game that has been dominated by Burlington pitching. Cheever, 3-2 pitch. Runner goes. This is going to be a high towering shot that will find right center field, and it's actually going to be the second baseman going back. He lost his footing, went to a knee, but caught it anyway, and Burlington will celebrate as the Wildcats will be able to make it to the 3A baseball tournament. We talked about them finishing second in basketball this year in Class 3A. They will now go back and try to do one better in baseball here in Class 3A. And what a valiant effort here today by the Southeast of Saline Trojans. They were trying to go to state for the first time since 2003, I believe, but just came up one game short, 5-1, our final score. Kevin, your thoughts on this one?
I mean, like I said, one side of the pitching was dominant. Our side kind of struggled early on, giving free passes, and then they got some timely hitting. I think, though, if you're Coach Potacek and you're this crew, you're young, right? And I'm not going to make excuses like you go out and you perform and all that, but there are brighter days ahead for Southeast baseball, and I truly believe that.
This game was highlighted by Burlington's Brody Garland on the mound. They call him BG around here, and BG did his job today as he is able to strike out 15 batters for Southeast of Saline, and Southeast just unable to get any offense moving here and there. And a big third inning by Burlington is the difference in this game, as they are able to get 4 runs in the bottom of the third. And those runs are the difference in this game. 5-1 is our final score as Burlington, the 7th-ranked team by the coaches in Kansas baseball in Class 3A, will go to the state tournament and have a chance to go win a state title. And that's really all you can ask for this time of year. That state tournament, of course, will be next week in Manhattan, probably. We will say. Of course, Keisha will keep us updated on that. 5-1 our final score. We want to have a special thanks to our sponsors today, Everhart Precision Ag, also Lily Pad Septic Service and Portable Restrooms, Legacy Roofing, also in Salina, your presenting sponsors for today's game broadcast. Burlington wins it 5-1. Again, want to remind you, like and subscribe to Salina Post on YouTube. That'll give you an alert, notifications right to your phone for any broadcast that's getting ready to start here as we go through the crunch time of regionals. Still more games coming up tomorrow, and then, of course, state action from the state tournaments coming up the following week. As Tyler Henry and me, Anthony Georges helped out today. Of course, Kevin Lilly, Brian Dennett, Nick Garst, everybody chipping in and helping out here for the Salina Post Sports Network. Southeast of Saline, second here in the regional tournament. Burlington will go on to state. 5-1 Wildcats over the Trojans, and you saw it right here on Salina Post Sports.
This has been a presentation of Eagle Media, Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, and Salina Post Sports. This has been your Game of the Week.